All right. My next one is a good one.
Yeah.
This was posted 1 day ago.
Ooh,
hot off the press.
Fresh one off the press. Time to get some tea.
It's from Relationship Advice. I, 28 female, found out my husband, 29 male, has been telling his coworkers that I'm his sister. What do I do? Please help. Throwaway account because I don't use or understand Reddit, but I really need advice from someone not connected to me or my husband. My husband, I'll call him Josh, and I have been together for 6 years, married for 4, and we don't have kids. We have a really healthy and communicative relationship. We're both pretty easygoing, and I really love him. He started working at a large accounting firm about 3 years ago, and from what he tells me, he loves it there. He's made a lot of friends through his job, and he goes out with them for drinks and social events quite often, and I've been totally okay with that. I'm quite introverted, so I've never been interested in meeting his colleagues or work friends, nor have I asked to. I've got my own circle of friends, and I'm fine with us having separate friend groups. After what happened yesterday, it only just occurred to me that he has actually never asked me if I'd like to meet any of them or go to one of his work events. I guess that's important context. Anyways, I'll start with what happened a few months ago that I brushed off until now. I was at a bar with a couple of friends for Friday after work drinks, and a guy approached me. He was there with some friends too. He looked slightly familiar, but I hadn't met him before. He seemed friendly enough, and he asked me, quote, my name, right? I think I must have given him a confused look because he followed up with, I'm Jake, I work with Josh. I realized that I recognized him from some photos on my husband's phone. I don't have social media except for private Instagram, so I'm not sure if he posted the photos anywhere. But we've got a very trusting relationship, so I look in his photos sometimes. Don't hate me. This is where it gets a bit embarrassing. I'm a bit socially awkward, and so I struggled to end the conversation, but he kept talking to me, and I guess he was already a couple of beers deep. But while he was talking, he said something like, it's great that you guys are still so close. I haven't talked to my brother in ages. At this time, I was like, huh? But I just assumed he was drunk and not making sense, so I ignored it. He started to get a little flirty, so I turned to my friends, and we left shortly after that. I didn't say anything to them about it, and it didn't seem like a big deal to me. I also decided not to tell my husband that I had met his coworker Jake. Not to hide it, but because I figured the guy wouldn't even remember talking to me, and I didn't want to make it awkward for Josh at work by telling him that his colleague tried to hit on me. I just thought no harm, no foul. But yesterday morning, I was out walking my dog, Monty. He's a cross between a few breeds and has a very unique marking. This matters, I promise. And was on my way to my regular cafe, which is in town. I was waiting in line to order, and the guy in front was an older man. He got his coffee and turned around, but stopped and looked at my dog and goes, "Hello, Monty." Monty was super excited to see him, apparently, and so I guessed that the guy was another colleague of Josh's, because Josh brings the dog to the office a couple times a week. I thought it was sweet, to be honest, so I smiled at him and said hi. He introduced himself, I guessed correctly that he was a colleague, but then he said something like, "Aren't you a good sister walking his dog for him?" I was so confused that I didn't even know how to react at first, so I stumbled on my words and I just said, "It's my dog." I regret it, but I genuinely couldn't bring myself to correct him and say that I'm Josh's wife and not his sister. It was just too awkward, and I just wanted to leave because I think it was suddenly dawning on me what might have been going on. He asked me something about sharing a dog, but I was able to escape the conversation by being next in line to order my coffee, and then he left. I seriously don't know what to do because what the fuck? Do I even ask my husband about this? Part of me is just assuming or hoping that it's a mistake, that he doesn't talk about me much at work and they assume we are related because we both have brown hair, bracket question mark. But the thought that he has been telling his coworkers that I'm his sister, and evidently they have seen what I look like, so they must have seen photos, makes my stomach churn. I don't even know how I would breach the subject with him. I need some help. What would you guys do in this situation? I've only told one friend what happened because it's so weird and embarrassing, and she has jumped straight to time to plot his downfall because she's my ride or die and I love her. But I don't want to immediately assume the worst or ruin my marriage over something that could be nothing. I'm sorry for the long and rambly post, but I would really appreciate any advice.
That's fucked up. That's twice.
It's pretty clear what's happening.
Pretty clear. Nobody assumes somebody's your sister.
Yep.
Everybody at my work used to know of you as my hot girlfriend. And then my super hot fiance.
Yes, I remember that.
So
I would lose my mind. There's no way I would even question like confronting you about it.
no, you wouldn't. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like as soon as I get home, as
Throw
soon
a
as you come
slipper
home,
at
like
his head as soon as he walks through the door. I'd be like, whatcha?
no, but like there's no way I would just be like, oh, what should I do? Like I'm confronting you.
Oh yeah,
Right then and there.
Immediate confrontation.
This is like, oh my god, I can't even imagine. Like her heart probably dropped to her feet.
Yeah.
The second time it happened. Okay, so there's an edit that I have not read yet. Holy fuck. Thank you everyone who commented with some advice. I haven't read all of them, but I really appreciate the suggestions from you guys. A small update. Josh came home at around 2:30 a.m. last night, but he was drunk, so he just went straight to sleep, which is fine by me because fuck having this conversation in that state. I just woken up, but he's still sleeping. First thing I want to clear up. I've seen a lot of people suggesting I have crippling social anxiety or am severely introverted, which I suppose you could glean from the way I explained what happened, but I'm not. I meant that I'm slightly introverted in that I'm not the most eager to meet lots of new people at once, especially a bunch of finance bros whose weekend consists of unending sports bar beers, where I assume I would be mansplained everything until my ears bleed. Prob a negative assumption, but I'm sure some of you know what I mean. I suppose you could say that I'm confrontation averse, in that I'm quite laid back and prefer to keep a conversation easy and positive. I don't know. I don't like it when things are awkward, and correcting when people misrecognize me is one of those things, but I'm not terrified of confrontation. Also, my husband and I do share some mutual friends. I didn't explain that well, but our lives are not entirely separate. The way he acts towards me around our mutual friends is extremely affectionate and normal. It is only his work friends that I have never interacted with. I have also seen some people suggest that what is going on is equivalent to my husband beating me and me hopelessly wondering whether I should break up with him.
The fuck?
Or that I'm stupid for thinking my relationship was healthy when it clearly isn't. Like, damn, cut me some slack. I'm a real person, and this is an entire alien and bizarre situation for me. My first reason wasn't to assume the worst, but I do appreciate that you all made me certain that it is a big deal. I guess I needed confirmation that the things that's happened are enough proof that Josh has been purposely lying, and they weren't just mix-ups. I'm going to talk to him today and ask him directly why he's telling his coworkers that I'm his sister. I followed the advice of writing my points down so that they don't get lost if I get emotional, lol. I will do my best not to let him slither out of it, and I hope he has some proof that his colleagues know I'm his wife. I know that's not the theatrical confrontation you guys were hoping for, but it's a Saturday and I can't wait. Wish me luck. Thank you all.
God damn. Yeah, confrontation his ass.
Confront his ass.
Oh, I meant to say it that way.
Oh, okay.
I want a confrontation. I want to know why. And yeah, guys, chill the fuck out. Just because he's a fucking weirdo doesn't mean she's a problem. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's too far. People on Reddit do take it too far. Oh, there's no update. Damn it.
It's too hot, fresh off the press.
I think she's probably going to post one today because she said it's Saturday. And
Today is Saturday.
Today is Saturday.
Maybe we'll have an update for you guys on the next episode. Maybe that's a little reason that you should click that follow, that subscribe button, and make sure you guys come around for episode 41 next week.
Yes, please.
Wink, wink.
Okay, top comment. Walk up to him and ask directly, why are you telling your colleagues that I'm your sister? Sorry, but this is nothing where you beat around the bush.
First, throw the slipper at him.
Why do you always resort to violence?
That's not violence. It's harmless, unless you poke their eye out.
Yeah. Or concuss them.
It's a slipper.
If you have like those Ugg slippers, those are heavy.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, over to me.